What's up guys, and welcome to our course on Vue.js. My name is Nemesh and I'll be guiding you through the next hour to 2 hours in which we'll be learning about the exciting and innovative new framework Vue.js. So what is Vue.js then? For starters, it's a framework that is used to help organize JavaScript functionality. Now that in itself doesn't sound terribly exciting, but I personally am super excited about this framework. I love using it and will absolutely use it in all of my JavaScript applications. I'm an object-oriented kind of person, so this ability to help organize things and access just different parts of the page, focus on those, really helps. And that's what Vue.js specializes in. It compartmentalizes pages to allow for easy web page maintenance. This is pretty huge, as instead of maintaining the entire page and updating the entire page at a time, Vue.js allows you to focus on just individual parts of the page. This allows us to implement new features or just maintain and update features with ease. It's based on Node.js and is actually very similar to React framework, so if you have experience working with React, you'll fit right into the Vue.js ecosystem. And finally, Vue.js in general provides an approachable, versatile, and performant experience. It's really quite a fantastic framework, and if you're big into organization, if you find your JavaScript files look messy and are horrendous to maintain, then Vue.js may very well be your solution. So why Vue.js versus some other frameworks out there? Well, for starters, Vue.js is super easy to use. That's a good starting point. It really is super easy to install and to use. I found it completely intuitive, and I hope you guys do as well. It's very similar to React, so if you have experience with React, Vue.js will be fairly straightforward. The data in Vue.js updates in real time in all the appropriate places. This is one of my favorite things about it. No need to call special update functions that will re-render the page or basically update all your variable values. You simply change a value of the variable, and in all the appropriate places it changes just like that. We can actually build logic right into HTML elements as well. This whole concept of compartmentalization is the fact that we can maintain one single part of the page at once, and a lot of this is moving some of the functionality from JavaScript into the HTML elements. As well, it's highly scalable and is perfectly easy to integrate into projects that are already kind of half finished. So who is this tutorial for, or who is this course for? We're assuming that you're looking for an easy-to-use JavaScript framework, as that's exactly what Vue.js is. We're assuming that you want to write easily maintainable JavaScript code. Of course, who wouldn't? If you're working in a project or even just working on your own versus in a group setting, you do want to be able to go back to your code and maintain it and improve upon it. If you like the idea of compartmentalized pages, this might just be for you. That means if you're coming from an object-oriented background or you just like the organization, then Vue.js is the right framework. We are expecting that you are familiar with basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, as well as just NPM and how to use Node.js. We will be kind of assuming that you understand the basics of those. Now, what topics will we be covering? We're going to start with installing Vue.js and starting a new project. Because it's just so easy to install, we can actually do 2 in 1. We'll then be creating and using Vue instances. We'll get to exactly what those are in that section. We'll then learn how to pass data into Vue instances and use it in the HTML portions those are attached to. We'll talk about Vue instance variables and functions, then move on to using conditionals such as if statements and loops in Vue. Then we'll talk about handling user interactions and inputs such as button presses or text inputs. Then finish up with Vue components and finally build together a final project. That final project will be just a very simple blog site, which is a perfect application for Vue.js just because it's so good at these real-time updates. So that's it for our project intro. I hope you guys are really excited about Vue.js. I'm so excited to teach it to you guys. Ever since I learned about it, I've been using it as much as possible in my web applications, so I hope you guys are of the same mindset. Otherwise, thanks for signing up. Let's get started by learning how to install Vue.js and start a new project.